Folks, Phil Gallagher of ThrabenU for round 2. Again, we're just playing a stock D&T deck list this week. And we have an acceptable opening hand. It's not necessarily exciting, but we have Vial and Port. Inquisition of Kozilek might mean that we are playing against Depths, in which case having a Karakas available to us is very strong. Could also be something like Pox, but, you know, that's not my go-to guess. Basically ever. Very interesting that they took a Vial there. I am not sure what that means. Alright, maybe it is Pox. Oh man, you're gonna be so mad, friend. So we beat an Edict effect by vialing in Mom. My opponent can go Hellbent with Curse Scroll. Things get a little weird. So it's possible that I'm supposed to port my opponent this turn. Put in Mom on the end step. And then play Crusader and Revoker the next turn. Revoking Curse Scroll, and then just killing Liliana with my creatures. I think that's going to leave me in a better position to win the game that's less risky. Like, this is very likely to choke them in terms of, like, cards in their hands. And then I keep their Curse Scroll from being good for longer. Note that they could have activated their factory in their upkeep to get in one more damage this turn. That did not occur. The big thing that's going to beat me is something like a Toxic Deluge that just wipes the board. Otherwise, I think I'm good. First scroll. Alright, so now I won't get to choke them on black mana with port anymore. Okay. Alright, do you have follow-up removal spell? Gonna be some interesting, like, Mishra's Factory, Mirror Crusader attack math. Pretty good. I think you're supposed to take Stoneforge Mystic over Sword of Fire and Ice here. Because if I draw a land, like Viling in Stoneforge, getting Jitte, putting Jitte into play, and attacking with Crusader is pretty devastating. Opponent comes to the same conclusion. My ratio. Used one Revoker and one Crusader. So 11 2-drops versus 7 3-drops. The 3-drops are much more impactful if put in off a vial, though. Alright. I didn't get the ideal turn. So now the question is, like, regarding this Liliana, what am I doing? So I can attack with Crusader. My opponent will pay 1, animate a factory. In response, I'll tap that factory. In response, they'll animate the other factory, and they can turn that factory into a 3/3. So they can trade a factory for Mirror Crusader this turn. So, like, the question is, like, am I taking this Liliana off the table, or am I planning on just, like, trying to beat through it? I think I need to try to take this off the table. This game is going to get very strange. If I wait a turn to attack, it, like, pluses up to 7, and then it ultimates. I need to, like, leave open the possibility of killing this next turn, or at least damaging it. So I don't need to port this turn. It's so awkward because this Mirror Crusader is, like, very good against the Liliana ultimate. I'm so close to being able to do so many things. And now the question is, like, do I need to put this sword into play this turn? Because they can't kill my Mirror Crusader. They can trade with it evenly, even if I don't port. Yeah, I think I'm trading this. I think I'm trading Crusader for Factory this turn, playing Sword of Fire and Ice, then porting down the other Factory on the following turn. That is the plan. Yeah, this is fine. It can become a 4/4, but I have double strike, so that still kills you. Boom, boom, boom. Sword. Another Mishra's Factory this turn is a problematic draw. Smallpox also isn't great for me. Deluge obviously would be bad. Even a spot removal spell is not particularly great for me. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. That does very little against me. It like technically shuts off Stoneforge. Yeah, see, they're not even minusing it. They're just like using it as something that can draw some attacks away from themselves. Okay, good draw. So opponent's hellbent. Like, we know what's up. We'll tap that land down. We'll equip this sword here. Or do I actually equip it to Mom? I could equip it to Mom. That gets both of my... No. Got ahead of myself for a second there. I think we're just going to send this at them and ping Liliana. I'm attacking for 4. That puts Lily... I guess it is just a 2-turn clock to just kill the Lily. But, like, drawing cards is also pretty good. Maybe let's 2-turn kill the Lily. That's close, though. Okay. We lost a Flicker Wisp, which is relevant, but everything else doesn't really matter. Try to attack and kill Lily. My opponent will animate the factory, and then in response, I will tap it down. Good stuff. This one should be pretty much over now. I get to take them off of 3 mana. I don't need to port this on my next turn, so in future turns I can double port them. I can also ignore the Ashiok and start just drawing cards. We're good. That's also totally fine as well. I think we're just going to treat this as a 3-turn clock rather than answer the Ashiok. Really happy with how we played that one. I think it was very much correct to revoke the Curse Scroll rather than the Liliana. It took us a little while to get the payoff for doing that, but it was quite strong. You're tapped. I don't think we need to blow up that land. Although... No, we don't need to blow up that land. Let's just like keep the clock as low as possible. And play Jitte and still double port. Yeah, we'll hold back the mom. Sure. Sure. Opponent trying to just eke out every second of clock. Sure. Alright, what do I want for my opponent? Essentially, as long as they don't get like planeswalkers that take over the game, I should be pretty good. So Council's Judgment and Cataclysm seem totally fine. Curse Scroll for Relic Warder for Curse Scroll seems fine as well. And I will probably disenchant. I don't think I will like Path to Exile. So what don't I want? Thunderbolt on 3 is pretty great. Crusader's pretty great. Recruiters and Wisps are great. Equipment is good, but not insane. I can probably go down some number of Swords to Plowshares. I might want some for answering Manlands, or potentially Bobs if my opponent plays them. I probably want to trim some number of X1s in respect of Lily Last Hope. Kind of weird because, like, Thalia is a relatively good X1 in this matchup, but I'm also boarding in 6 5 non-creature spells, so it kind of makes my Thalias worse. I could also just like go down one piece of equipment pretty easily. Equipment's kind of hard for my opponent to beat once it's in play, but like, do I actually need 3 copies, or is it just better to have one more body that can attack? And it's probably better to just have one more body that can attack. Keep my creature count a little bit higher. I think a lot of our success is going to depend on how hateful my opponent's sideboard is for us. This hand is not insane. It has some good cards as the game goes long. But I think I can just like mulligan this one and try to find something that's a little bit more proactive. This isn't exactly a little bit more proactive, but I guess I'm keeping it. Not pleased with this hand, because like I'm gonna get Thoughtseize, the Crusader's gonna get taken, and then life's awkward. No, sorry, I'm gonna get Inquisitioned, and then life's awkward. The first hand was a little bit better than this one. But we have a bunch of wastelands. My opponent's manlands aren't going to do a lot. And like, despite the fact that they're a mono black deck, they aren't on just all swamps. Sure. So it looks like keeping a mana heavy hand was very good. Our planes got destroyed with the other hand. We were just like dead in the water. Now we have Disenchant for a Curse Scroll or equivalent. Yeah, we don't have short-term answers to something like that, though. Well, that'll do it in a bit. I think I do need to play Caracas this turn. It's very awkward if they have a Wasteland, but I need to play towards being able to cast Crusader next turn. And I don't do that just by playing Wasteland. Oh yeah, I will absolutely give you that hit. Or will I? I can just disenchant this land, right? Artifact creature? Yeah, I mean, it uses my mana. Now I'm essentially entirely dependent on whether or not I can play this Mirran Crusader. I mean, that's fine as well. There's some weird worlds where I'm supposed to wasteland this Tabernacle right here, or if they play Urborg and they actually get a fourth mana out of it. That sucks. This probably names Aethervial, but there's a world where it names Wasteland, so I have to take this off the table so I don't have to deal with this shit all game. Now I don't get to play Cataclysm if I rip a land. But I just like can't take the risk of them picking Wasteland. Alright, now I basically need to draw a white source next turn for Cataclysm or I'm dead. Because I've whiffed on colored sources for Crusader. I mean, I guess I'm sacrificing lands anyway. We take that. It is admittedly a shame that I've already used my disenchant, because it would be an extremely good draw. I mean, this is a very good draw as well. It'll answer a Planeswalker that sticks, otherwise it answers the Pithing Needle, and I get to go ham with my cards. So this point we'll go always no to this one. My opponent going land sinkhole is about the scariest thing that can happen right now. I'm kind of surprised that's still alive. Cards that aren't lands just go to the bottom at this point. You have like a small box. You do have a small box. I don't know who that favors here. All of these cards are amazing. Okay, if they had another Urborg, then that definitely favors them. Good draw for them. I mean, that's obviously pretty good. I get to take my Council's Judgment or Sanctum Prelate, both of which are pretty premium. Like Sanctum Prelate just gets to go on 3 and stop my opponent's most pivotal cards, or go on 1 and stop a huge portion of their deck. There's a real discussion here about which land to tap. This lets my Sanctum Prelate get discarded, but like I don't care if I trade one for one. Alright, that's annoying. Alright, let them play a 3-mana card. Oh. No, I don't think I do. I'd rather wait till I draw one more land. That doesn't do much on current board. That's fine. Both of these are insane. I'm gonna take the sword, I think. Actually, I might take the Batter Skull. Both of these are just insane once they're in play. But the Batter Skull provides a lot of toughness. And just like getting +4/+4 equip on something is going to invalidate things like Liliana and Knight of Souls Betrayal together. Alright, so now is the question of order. Which one of these am I playing first? Sanctum Prelate on 1 and 3 are both incredibly good. Conan is more likely to have a 1 than a 3 drop right now, maybe. Like, the issue with putting Sanctum Prelate on 3 is that if I draw my other Council's Judgment, I can't cast it to remove this. I think I'm going to use my mana efficiently this turn and just slam the Batter Skull. Yeah, that's annoying. Destroy target non-artifact creature. We'll figure this combo out. I have a Leon in Relic Order as well. No, I don't. Got discarded. I don't even think I want to play that. This is a time where I should, in paper, I would concede for clock. Actually, I guess a Mother of Runes off of Vial. Does that at the beginning of each player's upkeep destroy target non-artifact creature that players controls? Yeah, so like I let it target, and then I protect. So that is an out. They're just gonna blast away both of the vials because I did this. Whatever. Yeah, so this does it, right? This is gonna... Oh, no. Knight of Souls Betrayal. Okay, I still have one out here, but I'm gonna go ahead and concede for my clock. And, like, actually try to win the next game. Yeah, seems like that was probably a good choice. The Relic Order was in a deck, and I still have, like, the line of Recruiter to answer one of those enchantments. I think that's totally fine, but not like that. Okay, so now that I know my opponent has these like big scary enchantments, it's possible that when I'm on the play, I want to play Thalia to make those and their planeswalkers harder to cast. The issue is that these are X1 creatures that will die to Lily or Knight of Souls Betrayal if it actually gets into play. I've not seen any creatures, so I'm going to go ahead and board Swords to Plowshares out and just board 2 more creatures in. And call that good. Hand's great. So the way I lose this one is opponent pithing needling Vile. I guess Knight of Souls Betrayal is also pretty devastating given all of these creatures, but we'll see. Best draws would be things like Thalia, Port, Wasteland, Charming Prince would be fine. Any 2-drop creature is fine. I'm even happy with that. That opens up some pretty good lines for next turn. Pithing Needle, I'll respond. You can have your choice. It's going to be Ether Vial. Not bad. Recruiter for Relic Order, probably. Recruiter for Relic Order, cast Relic Order, have Vial ticked up. Yeah, that seems good. Awkward in the face of Liliana, but any of my plays this turn would be awkward in the face of Liliana. And then we just use Flicker Wisps as time walks. Probably, maybe I Flicker Wisp my own recruiters. Like, we'll see. Opponent can, like, very easily Thoughtseize my stuff and muck with what I have going on. But we are going to present a lot of power very quickly if they don't do something about it. Sure. Sure. Alright, so now as soon as I draw a land, I'm out of this bench. Great. I think it's worth discarding the Charming Prince here, even though like it's a fine card. There's a lot of worlds where I am just going to miss on land for a billion turns. And I need to have the Cataclysm as the endgame out to something like that. I'm also just good once I draw a land. Like land, remove the Pithing Needle, and step Flicker Wisp, flicker out the Liliana for a turn, reset it, kill it. Sure. At this point, I think I will dump the Cataclysm because I like have an onboard answer to this stuff. I really need my white source in this next turn cycle, though. Otherwise, things get pretty bad. Cool. I guess I get one more turn. I assume they get greedy and plus one more time. Well, this is frustrating. Joke's on you. That gives me more of my clock back. At least this keeps me from dying. Or it makes them use a wasteland. Fine. So this doesn't actually kill me, so as long as I answer this Mishra's Factory, which I guess has to be with a wasteland, yeah. As long as I do that, this isn't actually that big of a deal. Like, they don't have anything in play that beats me. So there's not an immediate rush or anything. But this definitely sucks. Seems like they missed a discard there. I wonder if this game comes down to like moto lag killing me. We'll find out. This maybe gets us out from under the Liliana if my opponent doesn't draw a removal spell. Of course. That's annoying. That's one of my outs to this. That's technically a win condition. I don't know if that mill's enough to actually kill me. Sequencing there was bad, but it doesn't matter. Now my Batter Skull's in my graveyard instead of exile. I have to play that land out, unfortunately. Now I think my opponent just will sacrifice their Lily as a sinkhole. We'll see. No. I don't have to do that. So if I don't play that land there, they just, like, discard. Alright, I probably don't beat this at this point. They actually might not be able to kill me in this time. Or, like, I draw Council's Judgment, and, like, everything's totally good. I believe I have one Cataclysm to play to as well. Yeah, I have one Cataclysm to play to. I'm going to just F6. I don't care if they wasteland my wasteland and I don't get the Urborg value instead. I'm going to just, like, grind seconds of clock here. Because if I draw Cataclysm, I just, like, actually do not think that they can beat me before they time out. A sinkhole there probably means that I don't get to do the things. That's an X1. Or 0-1. Another Liliana is rough. Playing towards that Cataclysm. Which it has to be land followed by Cataclysm in that order. Otherwise, Curse Scroll ends up beating me. Alright. There's half of the equation. So I guess I can keep Swamp followed by Cursed Scroll. And then that probably ends up beating me before they time out. I can also just draw Council's Judgment for Cursed Scroll. And then maybe I don't lose that way. Disenchant for Cursed Scroll, I guess, works. I need to kill that so I just don't die to it immediately. That's a problem. Yep. So now I have 0 cards in library. Alright. GG. I'll be back for the next one. Pretty... I guess I should actually... Alright, I did actually concede. It definitely feels sad that we could not get that one, though.